Hey everybody, today is the July 8th. I just wanted to give a quick garden update. As you can see, my garden companion is out here. Tiger is doing what Tiger does. He's waiting to pounce on a lizard that he sees moving around up in the garden box. There's a few things that I really wanted to share with you guys. The garden the garden is doing great. It's thriving. There's been a lot of good this year with this garden, and there's been a lot of bad. So um, first off, since it's been this weekend was a holiday starting with Thursday, I haven't really been out here doing much to my garden. I need to get out here and get these potatoes harvested finally. I think they're ready to be harvested, especially these ones up here. I think these ones over here, I think they started growing new stems off of the potatoes that formed in there from the first crop. So I definitely have to get those up and out and get them separated, hopefully. This is a large carrot that went to seed, and so I'm just letting it run its course. And I can collect the seeds from it when it finishes. There's a lot of plants this year that I'm letting seed out so that I can then collect the seeds and uh, reuse the seeds. But yeah, I thought I'd start from a different vantage point this time. All those potatoes are coming out. And then I have my cabbages are recovering because I don't know if you remember, but the bugs was just eating these cabbages up, and I was scared because it messed up some of the parts of the cabbage where it was starting to head up, and I thought, oh, it's not going to work. One more year with no cabbage, and actually it's doing great. It recovered. I sprayed it with neem oil. I guess that's been helping to keep those aphids and bugs, the cabbage looper, at bay. And as you can see, this cherry tomato is a volunteer for one. It's doing very good. I don't know why it is that the volunteer plants do so much better than the plants that we plant on purpose. But this thing, as you can see, is completely loaded with tomatoes. I'm just waiting for them to ripen. I can't wait. There's a lot of things I want to be able to, recipes that I want to be able to do with these. And then all my beans are doing good. These are all recovered and doing well. And these cabbages are doing okay. I had to spray them down again with some more neem oil. This chard, I'm just waiting for it. It's huge. It's monstrous. I'm just waiting for it to start drying up so I can harvest the seeds off of it. My peaches are doing even better. That's why these limbs are hanging even lower, because the peaches are getting bigger and weighing these limbs down. Okay, so at the start of this video, I said there were some things that have been bad this season. Well, one of the things is I had to replant a lot of things. The bugs was eating up everything as soon as it popped out of the ground. I'm guessing it's the bugs. It might have been mice. In one of my other videos, the cat, Tiger, he had caught a mouse while I was out here taping, and so I was able to get it on video. But it could be mice that are eating it, but as soon as stuff pops out, the bugs, the rodents, the lizards, everybody is just having their day with it. So that's been pretty hard on me, and I've been having some water issues too, and I'll be showing you what I mean by that in a little bit. But these carrots are doing really, really well. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see this or not, because maybe you can. This one, you can see the top of the carrot. I don't know. But I've been pulling carrots out of here and using them in recipes and stuff. And so these carrots are really good. They're really flavorful and sweet, and I like that. There's another volunteer tomato. I don't know, it's not the cherry tomato, so I'm wondering if maybe the seeds that I had planted in here, the tomato seeds got displaced, because this one started growing amongst the carrots when he's supposed to be back. I don't know if you can see that stick right there. Was supposed to mark where the where I had planted the seed. And this one as well, this tomato, he was supposed to be back here where this stick is, right here. And I wonder if they just got displaced, because they're not growing like how that cherry tomato over there is growing. And that's what I had in here before, were cherry tomatoes. So I don't know, let's see. But these beans are doing well. They look really pretty. Okay, so I'm struggling right now because, like I said, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. Some of the bad parts that I didn't want to show you was like all this overgrown weeds and grass that took over everything over the holiday, these last, several days since Thursday. And so I really just didn't want to show you all that bad because I'm supposed to be staying on top of this garden, and I haven't been. And so some of the things are growing a little wild. But I'm going to get back on task. I already went through and weeded some areas and pruned some things that needed to be pruned. But obviously there's a lot more that I need to do. And the sad thing or bad part about it is, well, today is Monday. I saw starting Thursday, we're going to have back-to-back triple-digit weather every day after Thursday for however long. Usually July and August are our hottest months. And these are all my peppers coming in. And yeah, it's I know it was coming. And in fact, it's late in coming, because it would have been hot, blistering hot already by now. Last year was way hot already. And so, look at my apples. And they're so sweet and good. And we've just been snacking on them. And they're just doing so well. And I noticed on this one, there's a new little apple bud right here. And on top of the crown here, there's more blossoms popping out. So, but yeah, so it's gonna be triple digits. It's gonna be blazing hot. So I gotta get this under control before I can't be out here because it's too hot, you know. As you can see, I pruned a little off of this tomato, which, this is one of those good things. I have a squash volunteer. I don't know what kind of squash it is, or maybe it's a melon. I don't know, but it popped up there. And in this one, same thing. I have a squash or a melon that popped up right here. Now this tomato is not doing good. And I tried all that I can. I fertilized it. I've watered it. Thought maybe I watered it too much. Backed off on some of the water. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull this one out and replace it. I have so many volunteers growing everywhere that need their own little spot. So, and then this tomato. This was the black brandywine. So this is one of those that I keep planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds. I think I see one coming up here, but it's getting eaten. There was one that popped up over the weekend, a seedling, and it got eaten. And so I decided that I'm just gonna plant already established tomatoes. One of my volunteers I'm gonna put in here because by tonight this is gonna be gone. This little nub is already half eaten. There's just one little leaf still hanging on there. But this would be strike 3 for the brandywine. So I planted some brandywine seeds over in the other box. And I'm just gonna put an established plant in here, and hopefully it will survive a lot better. As you can see, I pruned back on my squash plants. And I do have one in there. And these are so good. Over the weekend, I made like a favorite that we have. It's a mashup of ravioli and lasagna combined together. And what that is you take some cheese ravioli or whatever kind of ravioli you want, and you put it, substitute the lasagna noodles for the ravioli, and just layer it like you would a regular lasagna. Oh gosh, it turned out so good. It always does. But I also used this yellow squash and a green zucchini that I had, which I don't know, I guess it's like a little too far away, but I have a new zucchini growing over here. But I made a squash salad. Now, I never knew you can eat squash raw. I've always cooked it, sauteed it, or whatever. And when I found out I could eat it raw, I was like, oh, well, let me try it. And I tried it, and it was good. It was sweet. So I made a zucchini squash salad out of it and I used some of my yellow wax beans and green beans. And it actually turned out great. Some sesame oil, a little vinegar. It was really good. Some fresh onions. But I have a cucamelon right here growing. And it just attached itself to the trellis here, so I'm happy for that. I didn't have to string it along like I've had to string this cucumber. And this tiger melon is not growing as fast as I had hoped, but it's growing. I have one more cucamelon. I can't wait for these to start fruiting because I've never tried those before, and I want to try those really bad. Okay, so my Kellogg breakfast heirloom tomato here. It's my first year growing heirlooms. And you see I have blossoms there, and look, I have a tomato growing. I came through and pruned this down a little bit just to clear out the bottoms, but yes, my first time growing an heirloom tomato. And this year I'm growing like 8 different varieties of heirloom, 8 to 10 different varieties of heirloom tomatoes. And so, yeah, we'll see. It'll be my first time trying these type of tomatoes because I've always just bought tomatoes in the grocery store, and since they don't sell those readily in the store, then I've never really tried them. I got melons growing in here, watermelons growing in here, beans that already have beans on the plant. You can see here, there's beans already. Look at this, there's a lot of beans, even over on this side. I didn't even see all the beans on this plant. Look at that. These are all kidney beans. that I planted around the border of this bed. Here's some more. These are all kidney beans that I'm just gonna let grow out, dry out, so that I can have my supply of beans. In the middle, I planted some more black beans. So, they look to be doing pretty good so far. So, let's see. And then one of my other heirloom tomatoes. This one is the green sausage. And it has blossoms on it. It's only a matter of time before it has some fruit. But as you can see, I pruned it a little bit too. Now, water issues. For some reason, I don't think this bed is getting enough water. Mainly because I see a lot of brown on the bottom of these corn. And I eliminated that it needs fertilizer. I put fertilizer in here. So I eliminated that problem, that issue. And I really think that the tubing, which I'm not really happy with, it's this kind of rubber tubing that is all porous. Water's supposed to seep out of everywhere on this one. There's this type of drip tubing, and they have just slits every so many inches. But this other one, I've had to add more holes to it. I've had to do all kinds of stuff to it, and it's still not watering the way that I want it to water right here. And it's just in this bed, because the last bed over there has the same system in it, and it's doing well. All my zucchinis are growing fine. There's no problem or browning or issues with water. Just the corn, and corn loves water. So it's unfortunate that I'm having issues in this bed, because corn loves a lot of water. So here's my spaghetti squash that's been growing very well here. It's getting bigger. And now look, I have another one. Spaghetti squash number 2 growing. So I'm excited about that. And these sunflowers, I think this one is about to finally start sprouting ahead here. So I'm happy about that too. It's nice and tall. It's taller than me. Probably by a foot taller than me. So, and then these are the beans, some of the green beans and yellow beans that I had used in my salad that I made. This one's another heirloom tomato. It's called Lucid Gem. As you can see, I pruned around it. I got an onion. I stuck an onion in there. I didn't have any other place to put. I had a couple of onions left and just stuck it in here with these. And then this one's the pink brandywine, which I haven't had too much problem with this one. This Lucid Gem, if you can remember, I had a clear covering on it to protect it from whatever was trying to eat it down. And I saved it. I was able to save it, which is great. But yeah, this black brandywine, I don't know. Hopefully they'll like where I planted the seed this time, and there won't be the same type of bug eating it. My nasturtiums are doing really well. I wasn't expecting them to do, I was expecting them to go downhill, because the weather, from what I'm told, that nasturtiums don't do well in hot weather, but they seem to be perking up even more. And these poppies are just spreading out. Oh, it looks like that one might be forming a flower or something. Right here. That's what it looks like. So, yeah. Verdict is still out on this one. If if it's a hollyhock. I think it might be a hollyhock. And if it is, I'm in for some trouble because that little plant might turn into this monstrous plant, which is also a hollyhock. So I don't know. I don't think that's gonna do well in that little container if it explodes like this one did. So we'll have to see. I might have to move it, or I don't know, something. Look at my little shadow following me around. My tiger. I have been in and out of the house this morning, just getting tools and stuff that I need to do, to use out here in this garden. And that kitty hung with me. I just wanted to show you there's a bee on this hollyhock flower. But this kitty stuck with me and kept every time he wanted to come inside, and every time he saw me come back outside, then he ran to, stay outside with me. He loves it when I'm out here walking the garden and stuff. That's my little sweetheart. Well, there's a lot of things that I want to do. There's some updates videos I want to put out, just a couple of minute videos on updates and stuff. So I'm gonna try and get that done before the heat hits this week, to catch you up on the swimming pool, the kiddie pool garden and stuff. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it as I'm walking around and stuff, but I want to speak specifically on it. And then I also want to look at who decided to come out. That's Cornelia. She's looking for what she can go munch on in the garden. But anyways, and I have some other projects that I've been working on that I haven't shown you guys yet, or made a video, published a video on it yet, because I was just waiting for the outcome. And so I'm excited because I've got the results, and I'm gonna be putting this video out very soon. So be looking for that so you can see what it is I've been up to. And I guess that's it for today. If you like my videos, please share them. I'm trying to, just document the everyday happenings or what's going on with my garden. It's a small garden, nothing big. I don't live out in the country where I could have acres and acres of stuff growing, but the good thing about it is I am able to grow some things. And I just want to show that no matter how small your yard is, or if you're in an apartment or something, there's always ways that you can grow some of your own food. Because let's face it, the food that is being sold nowadays is all, I call it fake food, but it's all processed. They put chemicals and all kinds of stuff in it that we don't really know, that we don't realize that we're eating. And it's no wonder that there's a rise in various diseases and cancer and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to feed my family healthy and show other people that it's possible to do. Even if you don't have a huge yard, you can still grow some stuff to feed your family with. And we're a family of, there's 6 altogether, but there's 4 that are living here in this house. My husband and I have 4 kids. We have 2 that are already living life as adults, and we have 2 that are still here. So yeah. So please click like on the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Also subscribe. Just click that subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. And And please just continue following along with me on this journey, this gardening journey. And if you have any advice or suggestions, please leave a comment. I'm still fairly new to this, and so there's a lot of things I'm not sure of. There's a lot of things that I'm experimenting because I've seen other people say do it this way, and not everything works out for everybody, so I'm just experimenting. But if there's some advice you might have for some things that you've seen in this garden that I could make better, then please, I welcome the advice and the suggestions. Thank you for watching this video. I didn't want it to be long, but I tend to talk a lot, I guess, so thank you for watching. If you made it this far in a video, then I appreciate you. But as always, God bless.